Next up on the Cosmic News Network, First Contact with Joshua Pert.
Good morning, Earthlings. Good. How you doing today? Good. How you doing today? Welcome to First Contact Radio. Welcome to First Contact Radio. To talk about all these things we're talking about is because in life, everything is energy. Every single thing that's out there.
Yo, it's First Contact with Joshua Poet. He's the man on the mic, just in case you didn't know it. Covering news from all around the globe, from the weather and space to UFOs. He'll talk politics and make you open your eyes. Conspiracy theories and government lies. He'll dig it all up and try to find the proof. Cause it's time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have
time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio. We have
time to demand the truth. It's time.
First Contact Radio.
It's time to demand the truth.
Radio. We have arrived. First Contact. Good morning, Earthlings. How you doing today? Welcome back to First Contact Radio. Let's see what we have to deal with. Today's the 11th right here, so we know our sun sign is in Aquarius. Our moon sign is in Cancer. So we have a water sign, just like yesterday. So we have air for our conscious mind, water for our unconscious mind. Air, words and actions. Water is emotions. So these are the two driving forces, or two of the driving forces that we're working with today. And if you think of the Aquarian air idea, the words and actions towards those ideals that we have, those futuristic ideals we're looking to create and establish. Or if you look at the Cancerian way, it's those emotions and feelings. And the tarot card of the Chariot represents Cancer, which reminds us we need to put that armor on to protect ourselves from all of those emotions that are all around us. Okay, because they're very powerful, and if we don't protect ourselves, we get caught up. Then as the day progresses on, this afternoon, 1:57 p.m. Pacific time, we do have a square between our sun sign Aquarius and Saturn right here. Sun sign and Saturn. Saturn is the planet of discipline. It's the tarot card of the world. It represents that the administrative intelligence which takes everything, reprocesses it, and puts it back out into the world. So when we get to that, there's a lot that needs to be learned and gets learned. And so that idea of where we want to go with the future, those futuristic ideals, come to odds with discipline. In order to make that happen, we have to do certain things. And so reality hits a bit in that regard. And then later this evening, things shift as the moon sign Cancer goes into a nice aspect, nice energetic aspect with Saturn, where the emotions kick into gear, and the emotions and the discipline of the emotions start to play themselves. They've gone through this process. Whatever's going to happen here this afternoon stimulates a journey dealing with this planet Saturn, from the conscious mind to the unconscious mind, from how we're thinking and seeing about these future ideals that we want to create, to the emotions and the feelings that come out of the process, and then how we finally see that with a good trine, it means that there's a good energy. So there's a nice harmony that comes about through that. Alright, so see how that plays out with your endeavors today. If you're looking up into the sky, this is what we're going to be seeing. There's the 11, there's the Gemini on the side, Castor and Pollux. So this is this look up in the sky there. Jupiter shines above the moon in early evening. Lower right of the moon is Procyon, as shown in the upper left of the moon are Pollux, and further on Castor. Alright, our moon phase for today is 90% full. Making our way up to the full moon. We're almost there. On the Mayan Oracle, we're at a 13-tone day. It's the cosmic day, the jumping day. So yesterday we had that meeting of the minds, the cooperation tone, right? Where we gather together to assess what we've learned over this theme of the last 12 days. Well, today we're going to take that energy and jump. Today's the seed. A seed, you plant a seed, watch it grow. That's the whole idea. We're going to plant the seed. The seed comes out of all we've learned along this path of free will of the human. Okay, and we're getting ready to jump off. The next day will be the following symbol after this, which goes from the seed number 4 to 5, which is the serpent, which is life force, survival instinct. So we're going to take this seed and we're going to grow with it. Okay, the seed is the symbol today. The star is the guide. 13 is the cosmic tone. So today would be the yellow cosmic seed is the name of today. Like-minded energy is the eagle or vision. Challenge for today is the wizard and timelessness, and the hidden power is synchronicity or navigation. The phrase for today is I endure in order to target transcending awareness. I seal the input of flowering with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power of elegance. We're at space weather. We're at 413.8 kilometers per second is our solar wind at the moment. Planetary K-index is between a 0 and a 4. So that's quite a change. So something drastic is going on out there. To go from quiet to unsettled, that's a big jump. But we can see by the coronal holes here, we've got a lot of activity up in the sun. There's big space here, big here, something turning our way. All of these throw energy out into the atmosphere. And some of it hits us, as you already know. M-class flare possibilities down to 30 like it was. X-class still low. Geomagnetic storm activity low. Up there in the higher latitudes, 25% chance. Alright, and numerology. Today, our numerology is a 2. So how did we arrive at that? We arrived at it like this. 2, February, 11 is the day. So, let me hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. Okay, 2 plus 11 is 13. 13 equals 4. There we go. 13 equals 4. 4 plus 7 is 11. 11 is a master number. It's a master number because you got two single numbers, ones, right next to each other, just like 22, 33, 44. They're all master numbers whenever you have two numbers doubled together. So you don't necessarily have to reduce it further than that. Some folks do, and they say, well, this actually is a 2. So today would be a 2-tone day or a 2-number day, which is why this shows and reflects the number 2. But I always like to look at things as, once you get to that master number, to understand that there's something significant about it, the 11. So even though it may be a 2 in one sense, we also have to look at that 11 to see what that's about. 11 is a tarot card of justice, karmic balance. It's a master number. 2 ones together. Remember yesterday, 1 we talked about was focus. I showed you the tarot card associated with 1 is the magician. So today we have an 11, 2 magicians standing side by side. So double power. And that's what it's all about, because they're reflecting each other. And so today is a reflection of itself, the 11. The 2 is the idea that these two numbers separated from themselves because the 1 pulled apart into 2, that they have to balance themselves out. So it's the same idea. Either way you look at it, it's two single entities that make up this duality and have to balance themselves out. So that's what today is all about. Okay? It says some of the characteristics of the 2: sensitive, tactful, diplomatic, cooperative. 2s tend to be peacemakers and are loving, studious, and patient. They may express many musical or feminine qualities and also tend to be sensual and intuitive. 2s are often discontent and can be spoiled or lazy, careless, practically with the truth, but when criticized, their faults are oversensitive. And tarot card would be the High Priestess, and the astrology symbol would be the moon. Let me jump over here. I'm going to take a look at number 11 to show you this one here. 11 they show is, it says 11 is the most intuitive of all the numbers. It is instinctual, charismatic, dynamic, and capable when its sights are on a concrete goal. The 11 is a number associated with faith and psychics. On the negative side, 11 can be anxious, shy, stressed, conflicted, and scattered. When focus is not adapted towards a goal, the 11 can be extremely self-sabotaging. As a master number, the positive characteristics will turn into obstacles when not understood or used properly. And as I said, it's the tarot card of justice. So that's the numbers we're dealing with today, 2 or 11. You know, the astrology, you got Aquarius Sun, Cancer Moon. We're on a cosmic tone, cosmic seed in the dream spell. We have all our energies together. We see what's coming off of the sun. Now, the whole idea is we understand that all of this energy is creating that energetic field that we are moving in today. So as we move through it, we just need to, sometimes just being aware of what's out there helps us. Okay, we don't necessarily have to go through and scientifically analyze each and every bit of what's going on. It's just like looking at the weather report. And sometimes once we know, that's enough to make it smooth, because it just gives us little clues how we use the energy over the course of the day. Alright, UFO news is up next. Stay tuned.
This is the UFO News with Joshua Poet.
Alright, Dirk. Thank you very much. Let's jump over news stories. First one comes to us from England. Triangle UFO seen over England, January 2014. Okay. Date of the sighting was 25th to the 30th. It was snapped by accident and only discovered when Michael Potter reviewed the photographs of Mountains Bay in his computer. He said, I uploaded it to my laptop and decided to delete it because of the apparent sunspot over the image. Then I noticed on the left-hand side of the image something that had not been apparent when I took the photo. The photo has not been tampered with or photoshopped, so what is it? Perhaps the correct answer is in itself as incredible as the idea of UFOs. It is probably a large lump of 3 to 4 billion old rock, which has slammed into the Earth's atmosphere at a terrific speed, perhaps as much as 45 miles a second, heated by a fraction to a fireball of around 1500 degrees centigrade. It is just one of an endless cascade of meteors that rain down on us day and night. Alright? So it could be a meteor, could be a UFO, don't know what it is, but that's the first sighting right there. Alright, now we're going to go to France, over the Eiffel Tower. Witness, this was new footage of a fast object flying in the sky above Paris, France, taken earlier in February 2014. Multiple UFOs were taped from the top of the Eiffel Tower. The person recording this video, a tourist, manages to capture multiple UFOs from the point of view of the top of the Eiffel Tower. She stated she thought that they were planes at first and just followed along. The witness added that there was no evidence of plane engine sounds. She mentioned that this tape is several years old. The tape has been released publicly elsewhere, or never been released anywhere before. The witness taped this UFO in 2005 on a dated cell phone camera. Okay, so let's take a look at what this was. Okay. A closer look here. There it is. Okay, so this is years ago in Paris. Moving pretty quick, something there. Alright. And we have another one in France. This one is more recent. New amazing footage of a triangle-shaped UFO recorded in the daytime sky above Paris on the 9th. Just got my camcorder, the Canon M52. First UFO sighting filmed with it. According to many, this is a very rare and unique footage. I'm so happy I recorded this. I recorded a massive bright UFO fleet flying at amazing speed through the clouds. The lights were making a strange trail as if they were cutting through the clouds. Okay, let's look at this here. Alright, it's a 2-minute long video. Catch up a little closer here. Alright, certainly when and there you go, right there. See the way it's moving through the cloud. Alright, certainly when you enhance the screen and blow it up larger, you'll see it much better. See a little bit better right there. All right, links available, firstcontactradio.com, so you can check it out. Here we have activity over Sydney, Australia. This also took place on the 9th. Witness said, I was in my swimming pool when I saw the shining object, high altitude. I grabbed my camera, took it off the infrared filter, and happened to capture this. See it up there? Right in this area there. Just moving around. There it is. Right there. Time, it almost looks like there's two of them. Video length is 8 minutes long. So it's there for quite some time. It looks like there are several things attached, right? Very interesting. Okay. So there's a lot to see on this one, 8 minutes worth. It's over Sydney. Alright, now we have a low altitude UFO sphere moves close to witness in New York. Wellsville, New York. Witness reports watching a sphere of light at treetop level that moved close to them and quickly gained altitude and disappeared from view. According to February 10th testimony, the witness was outside walking the dogs at the end of last year, December 4th, 2013, when it was seen above the trees. It was a luminous ball of light that moved slowly to watch us and came toward me. It was a beautiful light, but did not seem natural, and it frightened me. Witness went back to the house. The dogs barked. I do not know what it was, or it was some military spy technology being tested. No pictures or anything, just a story. The MUFON report number. Alright, secret societies and flying saucers. We hear all about secret societies and their influence with the political game here on Earth, but they certainly have also been involved in other areas. This is a piece. You can see it's an hour-long piece, so it's a movie you want to watch. So when you're looking for something to do later on, there's a good movie. The film explores the connection between the ancient secret societies and extraterrestrial influences engaging the planet Earth. Does the great work of the ages pursued by contemporary secret societies involve a covert plan to restore fully an ancient lost culture that flourished on this planet long before recorded history? Could it be that there is nothing new at all about the New World Order, and that it is in fact an occult scheme to resurrect an ancient totalitarian order designed to covertly serve extraterrestrials? Explore these ideas and more in the shocking, fact-filled documentary. So it brings up some really good questions, and there you go. Lars CB. Now here's a app you might want to check out. Project Capture UFO app launched on iTunes. Project Capture, a reporting app based on user acquisition of UFO documentation, officially launched in the iTunes store this week. Created by Rob Freeman and Ryan Mitra of Double R Apps, Project Capture allows users to capture, track, and share photos and videos of objects in the sky that they believe to be an unidentified flying object, all through the convenience of their iPhone or iPad. We hope you make this premier smartphone app for the serious ufologist and a reliable resource for enthusiasts to stay current with sightings being reported around the world, says Rob Freeman, co-founder of Project Capture. Project Capture features an interactive world map that displays icons and locations that users have recorded UFO activity. These icons expand into a full report that displays every detail of the sightings and allows users to track cases and update them as needed. From the well-known saucer shape to a sphere or even a cross, this app uses unique technology to assist in identifying mysterious objects in the sky. Project Capture also includes a news stream containing articles and video footage from notable sources that help the public stay up to date in the latest UFO activity. Our goal with Project Capture is to help keep the public informed and alert users when there is live activity in the area and come together as a community to identify the objects as Freeman. It is available now for free on iTunes. So if you got an iPhone or an iPad, check this out. Another way to check out what's going in the sky and keep on top of what's taking place. And here our last new UFO news story for today. UFO investigation office reopens in Peru. An unidentified flying object can be anything at all that an unauthorized flight, a light, a drone, an unmanned aircraft, an optical illusion, or an alien spacecraft. Any aerial object flying within national space whose flight is unlawful, anomalous, and unidentifiable in nature represents a threat to the civilian and the military security and navigation. For this reason, the Peruvian Air Force, FAP, has the duty to look into these phenomena in order to safeguard order and proper use of our national air corridors. These were the words of Pedro Catenario, Peru's Minister of the Air, to the BBC Mundo. It was thus that the government reopened DIFAA, the Department of Anomalous Aerial Phenomenal Investigation, under the jurisdiction of the Air Force itself. Whether aliens travel aboard these lights or vehicles is not the department's concern, and the belief or desires of its investigators regarding the objects are part of their private lives. This office looks into the phenomenon or object that can jeopardize a military or passenger aircraft. However, most of the cases recorded cannot be explained, and the question marks about signs of life beyond our planet emerge once more. The phone rings at DIFAA, and a specialist writes down the information. Calls have been received more than once from someone claiming to be in contact with aliens, and their mission is to save the world. These calls are usually dismissed. We have no way of telling what it is unless we can analyze the images and the videos submitted to us, aside from the questionnaires to be filled out by the witnesses, says Marco Barraza, an investigator and member of the DIFAA team. If someone reports a strange light, the first thing they do is to cross-check the information with the control towers at the nearest airports. The idea is to activate a protocol and create a record. This is how accidents are prevented, he explained. DIFAA's advisory board is formed by 8 civilians: an astronomer, an archaeologist, a sociologist, former pilot, a physicist, a philosopher, a broadcaster, and a sociologist, and 2 military men. They are in charge of conducting the evaluations and preparing a report for DINEA, the Office of Aerospace Interest. The goal is to have a record. Certain constants emerge: spheres, elongated objects, cylinders, diamonds, and luminous triangles. The places where they appear also repeat, almost always in the vicinity of archaeological sites. What are they? Are they from the other worlds? The mystery will remain unsolved unless they can be touched and their nature ascertained. Commander Julio Camaro, retired, forms part of DIFAA's advisory board. Camaro was founder of the Office of Anomalous Aerial Phenomena Investigation, which operated from 1999 to 2005, and the first military man to state the need to look into these phenomena. So that's good. So something's going on, at least important enough that Peru's willing to investigate this. Not only investigate it, but tell us that they're investigating it. Not like the American government, which is, shh, don't want to know. So, it's sad because America seems to be getting left behind. I know that we have all these powerful, wonderful secrets and things over here, but much of the world is releasing information and seems to be taking the lead in many, many areas. And this is yet another one where America is going to fall behind in the whole disclosure scene because they want to keep their secrets. They think people can't handle the truth. Silly, 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 right? All right, that is our UFO news. I'll be back. Stay tuned.
Come into our circle, Great Spirit. Fill our souls with peace. Spirit, send down your love, send down your love, send down your love to us from above. Oh, 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 oh.
Whoa. All right. Ascended Masters. You've heard that term before, right? Of course you have. Ascended Masters. So that's what we're going to look at today. What they are, what they say, why it's important we should know about them. So this is our starting point. Okay, this is site number 1. So the first question, the Ascended Masters, who are they? The Ascended Master, an Ascended Master, is a being of light who has had many lives in a physical body just like you. And through these lives and their own free will and hard work, they have raised their vibration and their consciousness. They have attained mastery over themselves and elements through time and space. They have left the cycle of rebirth. They have all passed the 6th initiation, and some have passed higher initiations. These great beings continuously strive to come less of who they are and more of a being of total purity and light. There are many Ascended Masters, some recent and others ancient, some whose names we recognize and some names aren't in our conscious awareness, some so old they are mythical to us now. Okay, just think of all the myths that we hear about. Many of these are Ascended Masters, or possibly. So why are they here? Well, regardless of whom they were in their countless past lives, they are returning now to help us in our own ascension process. For this is the time for many to ascend. To assist in the work, the 108 of the Masters, Elohim, Deva, and Archangels have created a unique portal here in New Zealand for them to work in and through. This portal is multidimensional. 45 of the Masters, Elohim, and Devas have created individual painted energy portals in the physical by imprinting their energy into paint and canvas. These portals are open 24/7 for the Master's consciousness to pass into this dimension and to work with individuals and groups. 22 of the Ascended Masters' paintings, portals, are available as prints and cards, and so the portals for you to have in your own home, workplace, healing room, hospital, or wherever you feel the Master's energy is needed. The Ascended Master cards are of a size to place on the chakras, and so have the Master's energy enter your system directly. These are the tools of ascension. They are also producing a range of oils in the portal to help your self-transformation into a perfected being. And some of the words from the Masters. We hear this one, Hilarion. We hear his name all the time, or quite often. If with every breath the sun rises and sets, then in that moment be. Let your actions be ruled by your heart, not your mind. Lakshmi. Hilarion again. Living in the heart, time ceases and you begin to live each breath as the gift it is. Isis. Things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And here we have like a full list of Ascended Masters. You can see there's quite a lot of them. This is a list of the Ascended Masters, Cosmic Masters, Deva, Elohim, and Archangels in alphabetical order. Those who have the term God or Goddess with their name are Cosmic Masters and have attained God consciousness. The list is by no means complete, as there are only some of those who are choosing to work closest with the earth at this time, and so are in our awareness. There's also a vast number of Masters working on other paths. So you can go through, and there's a long list here. Some names you recognize. Names that we know of as archangels or angels or various energies. Okay. You just scroll through that list there. Jesus is on that list, second ray master. Okay, so that's pretty good just to kind of now, there are 7 rays of incarnation and 5 hidden rays. Our soul incarnates into body on one of these 7 rays, and we call this our soul ray. We are also influenced through our lives by other rays. These rays give us the attitudes we need to fulfill our soul purpose, to help us attain the qualities of the ray. Our physical, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies and personality are all each influenced by one of these rays. So we have in total 5 rays at incarnation: soul ray, personality or life ray, mental body ray, emotional body ray, and physical body ray. Therefore, we can receive guidance and help through our lifetime from a number of ascended masters, each working on one of our rays. Though we have only one ascended master or teacher or ascension teacher, this teacher will be from our soul ray. We manifest on different rays through all our incarnations. So you may be in the 3rd ray in this life and a 1st ray in your next life. The rays are not levels. Each ray is equal. They just have different qualities. Each of the 7 rays has a group of ascended masters connected to each of them. The ascended masters who work on these 7 rays work with the attributes and the principles attributed to each ray. The masters were meticulous in showing their ray colors. I have grouped some of the ascended masters according to the rays. I have placed masters on each ray according to their aura colors, or which they have indicated. There is much debate about the rays and the soul colors that go with them. To clear up the uncertainty, the Kohanans of each ray stepped forward and gave teaching and guidance as the rays, their colors, and the masters on each ray. So the information you read has been received directly from the Kohanans and my own seer's observation of these Wareti. Okay, and then it goes over all the rays here, what they are. The first ray is called the first ray of incarnation. The first ray is blue and red ray. If you are a blue-red soul, then you have blue as your soul color. If you are on the red aspect of the first ray, then your soul color is red. The first ray is the purpose of being the ray which manifests the will and power of God, the blue aspect. The red aspect is the goddess aspect of will and power. The Kohan of the ray, a single ascended master, focuses on the Christ consciousness of the ray. The Kohan of the blue and the red ray is Al Moira. If you are a first ray soul, then you are working to acquire some of the qualities of the ray: personal power, God's will over your own free will, focus, purpose, balance. There are many ascended masters working on the first ray. Most of them are men. If you are a first ray soul, one of these masters will be assigned to you as a teacher. Some of the first ray masters are El Moira, Melchizedek, St. John the Baptist, Metatron, Krishna, Maakela, Osiris, Thomas Merton, and Moses, an incarnation of Lord Ling and the goddess Siddhartha. The Elohim of this ray are Hercules and Amazonia. The archangels of this ray are Michael and Faith. Okay, and look down, we got all the colors associated with each one. Then we go to the second ray. Second ray is the yellow ray, the shades of yellow. If you are a yellow ray soul, then you have yellow as your soul color. The purpose of the second ray is to manifest wisdom, light, and joy and lightness of being. The Kohan of the ray is a single ascended master who focuses the Christ consciousness of the ray. The Kohan of the yellow ray is the Lord Lanto. If you are a second ray soul, then you'll be working to possess some of the qualities of the ray. Some positive qualities of the second ray are wisdom, patience, perception, joy, intelligence, brightness, clarity, and lightness of being. There are many ascended masters working on the second ray. If you are a second ray soul, one of these masters will be assigned to you as your ascension teacher throughout your lifetime. Some of the second ray masters are Kuthimi, Lord Lanto, Lao Tse, Jesus, Confucius, Manjushri, Amtarusa, the goddess Freya, and Nugeri. There are thousands of masters. These are but a few. Of this ray, the Elohim and Apollo and Lumini and the archangels are Jophiel and Christine. And then you see the colors broken down by each one of them. These are the soul colors. Then we go to the third ray. There's 7 of them, remember. The third is the pink ray. All shades of pink. If you are a pink soul, then you have pink as your soul color. The third ray has the purpose of being the ray which manifests unconditional love. The Kohan of the ray is a single ascended master who focuses the Christ consciousness of the ray. The Kohan of the pink ray is Paul the Venetian. If you are a third ray soul, then you'll be working to possess some of the qualities of the ray. For example, serenity, a loving heart, compassion, empathy, faithfulness, sensitivity, and creativity. There are many ascended masters working on the third ray. If you are a third ray soul, then one of these masters will be assigned to you. Some of these are Paul the Venetian, Don Ignacio, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Ma'at, Vesta. Then we have this ray, the Elohim and heroes are Amora, the archangels are Chamiel and Charity, and then breaking down their colors. All right, now let's look at the fourth ray. The fourth ray is the white ray, all shades of white. If you are a white ray soul, then you have white as your soul color. The fourth ray is the purpose of being the ray which manifests harmony through conflict. The Kohen of the ray is the single ascended master who focuses the Christ consciousness of the ray. The Kohen of the fourth ray is Serapis Bey. If you are fourth ray soul, then you will be working to possess some of the qualities of the ray. For example, fourth ray people can possess creators, can be positive creators. They see the bright side of a situation. They help others to be positive. They are helpers and good mediators. They can be verbose writers. The other side of the ray is that many of them are not afraid to tell it exactly like it is from their perspective. Then some of the fourth ray teachers, we got Serapis Bey, the goddess Inanna, Amen Bey, and then we've got Purity and Astera are the Elohim, and the archangels are Gabriel and Hope. All right, now we're going to go to the fifth ray. Fifth ray is green and orange ray, all shades of both. If you are a green-orange ray soul, then you have either green or orange as your soul color. The fifth ray has the purpose of being the ray which manifests all knowledge, truth, and healing. The Kohen of the ray is a single ascended master who focuses the Christ consciousness of the ray. The Kohen of the fifth ray is Hilarion. If you are a fifth ray soul, then you'll be working to possess some of the positive qualities of the ray. The positive qualities of the fifth ray are inquiring and investigative minds, abstract thinkers, desire to heal, detail-oriented and focused. Scientists and intellectuals are usually fifth ray. They often think out each step in an action. They have inquiring minds. They can be excellent writers. Fifth rays can ask endless questions. Some of the teachers of them are Hilarion, Amaryllis, Goddess of Spring, Metta, Cha'ara, Afra, Ganesh, Suzanu, Ptah, Kwanti, and then we have Silopia is the Elohim, and Virginia, and Archangel Raphael. And we go to the sixth ray. The sixth ray is the ruby, purple, and gold ray. If you are a sixth ray soul, then you have a ruby, gold, or purple as your soul color. The sixth ray has the purpose of being a ray which manifests devotion to God within. It is also the ray of the goddess. The Kohen of the ray, a single ascended master, focuses the Christ consciousness of the ray. The Kohen of the sixth ray is Lady Nada at the moment. If you are a sixth ray soul, then you will be working to possess some of the positive qualities of the ray. Inner strength, ability to speak divine truths and devotion. Sixth-ray women are strong within themselves and often stand out as being powerful women, yet often with the softening of the divine feminine. This ray has few men on it. And some of the masters here, we have Lady Nada, Pallas Athena, Isis, Lady Portia, Hathor, Eros. The Elohim are Peace and Aloha. Archangels are Uriel and Aurora. We have our colors broken down, and then we go to the last ray, the seventh ray. The seventh ray is the violet ray. If you are a violet ray soul, then you have violet as your soul color. Through this is where it gets confusing, as many seven ray souls can have a dark violet crown aura that can be mistaken for the sixth ray purple, and some can have violet with blue, which means that they can be mistaken for first ray. The violet ray has the purpose of being the ray which manifests order, ritual, transmutation, and transformation. The Kohen of the ray, a single ascended master, focuses the Christ-conscious energy on the ray of the Kohen of the violet ray is Saint Germain. If you are a seventh ray soul, the positive qualities you'll be looking to manifest and develop are the ability to bring order, to see the big picture, yet still attend to the detail, self-transformation, be a creator of change. You will cope with the change and are socially successful. of all the rays, this ray has the fewest people incarnating on it. There are a few ascended masters working on the 7th ray. If you are a 7th ray soul, one of these masters will be assigned to you, and some of them are Saint Germain, Ramun, and Omen Tas. And then the 2 Elohim, Arcturus, Victoria, and Archangels Zadkiel and Amethyst. Now we have another ray here, a hidden ray, an 8th ray. It says people do incarnate in the 8th ray. It is rare, but they are out there. The soul ray has all the 7 rays, a bit like a rainbow, but with ray colors. The ascended masters of the rainbow vibration are Maha Kohen, White Terra, Sanat Kumara, Horus, and Zarathustra. Alright, so you could see a lot of good information here to see how things manifest, the energies, and it just helps us to understand that there are so many levels to life, so many dimensions, so many ways that our energy fields have an opportunity to work with others, and all of the masters that are around us. Just amazing. Never at any time are we here alone and left alone in this thing called life to fend for ourselves. Sure, we have to figure things out and go through the lessons and experience what we have to, but we're not here alone. We have tons and tons of help all around us. All around us. Alright, since I was talking about spiritual wisdom and insight, thought this would fit right in. Top 10 wisest Master Yoda quotes. Okay, so you want to learn the Force? Help you I can. My ally is the Force, and a powerful ally it is. It is what gives a Jedi his power. It is the energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us. It binds the universe together. The Force is this and more. It cannot be fully described with words. You must feel the Force to understand it. To feel the Force is what you will learn. Alright, so here's some of the Buddha comments. A Jedi must have the deepest commitment, the most serious mind.
Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by size, do you? Oh, a great warrior. War is not to make one great.
There we go. Let's see. Named must your fear be, before banish it you can.
Death is a natural part of life. Rejoice for those around you who transform into the Force. Mourn them, do not. Miss them, do not. Attachment leads to jealousy, the shadow of greed, that is.
I don't know if my I don't know if my voice is right, but you get the idea. This one is long have I watched. All his life he has looked away to the future, to the horizon. Never mind on where he was. What he was doing. You will find only what you bring in. Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Luke says, I can't believe it, and Yoda tells him, that is why you fail. And the number 1 Buddha quote, or Yoda quote, try not, do or do not. There is no try. So there you have it. There's Yoda, and in my best Yoda impersonation, well, I don't know if it was my best. It was just an attempt. Alright, let's continue on. So, as we go through life, we are experiencing what we're told of different dimensions, different places that we're looking at energy. That's why we explore this energy, to understand how it moves, all the different energy fields out there that we can work with and experience. Because the more that we can learn and experience, the better off we're going to be. Part of the process we've heard about is we're shifting from 3rd dimension to 4th to 5th. We've heard this talk. We hear in the channeled messages over and over about the dimensional shifts. So if this is going on, then what this means is there are multiple timelines that are occurring simultaneously. And at any given moment of time, we can make a choice to alter that timeline, or possibly alter that timeline. So this is what this particular article is about here. Why timelines change. What are timelines? Why do some predicted events come and go without the anticipated event ever happening? A timeline is a chronological point with time and space that is relevant to this planet. For example, a list of inventions in chronological order since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution could be shown in a timeline. Time is linear and is only relevant to the planet. A day on Earth is calculated as the amount of time it takes for our planet to fully rotate on its axis. A day on Mars is similar but different because it takes Mars approximately 28 hours to revolve around the Sun, proving that time as we know it is only relevant to this planet. When we cross over the other side, time as we know it no longer exists. So reasons why time changes. Timelines change. 1, free will. I was talking with a friend of mine who is amazing, reliable, with messages from beyond. He stated that one of the biggest regrets of the Anunnaki is allowing us to have free will. Other spiritual masters will tell you the same thing. Not all planets and star families have free will. Earth is one of the few planets whose inhabitants do have free will, and that allows us to change perceived and anticipated timelines. For example, several false flag events were anticipated through whistleblowers once this false flag was exposed to the general public. A recent example could be found, and here's some examples. I like to think of this idea, I've been saying the last couple days. There are people in the world who want to do bad things. The Simon Bar Sinisters of the world. Okay, you've all watched Underdog or about Snidely Whiplash or Goldfinger. There's always these out there, right? And we can go back through history 40, 50 years, and there's always been these crazy characters that want to take over the world. But to date, they haven't. Why? Because there's always been enough good people to stop them. And that's what this one is about. Free will. We use our free will to stop the bad things that are going on. When enough of us decide that we want to stop a situation and change it, it will change. There's 300 million Americans in this country that are not a part of the government or the military, okay? So there's 7 million which are part of that group, and that group contains military personnel that are sons and daughters of people that are part of the 300 million. So that number is really kind of skewed, right? So we've got this number here, but we've got 300 million Americans. If the 300 million Americans stand up, that 7 million is going to be overwhelmed. But right now, the 300 million Americans are running scared because they hear the news stories that tell them, they've got the guns over here. Well, so what? They can't kill everybody. They're not going to blow up big bombs, and they're not going to do things in close proximity around all the people, because then they kill themselves. And there's a smaller amount of them than there are everybody else. People have to stop being afraid. Americans have to grow a pair. Stand up. Just because Obama signs an executive order doesn't mean it's going to go through. Just because throughout history these Simon Bar Sinisters have decided they want to take over the world doesn't mean it happens. It means that they just talk with a loud mouth of what they're going to do. Like Obama going off and saying how he's the president, he can do whatever he wants. Just words. Words, 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 because good people stand up. So that's what this is saying here. First one is free will, standing up against that. Next one is we control our own destiny. The last page in the Lost Book of Nostradamus is blank, showing us that we control our own destiny. In other words, it is our free will that will determine what happens. Parallel realities. According to Dolores Cannon, every decision you make creates a parallel reality. For example, if you decided to wear white socks instead of yellow, or no socks at all, every decision you make creates a parallel reality. In other words, in a parallel reality, you choose to wear yellow socks, and in a different, you choose to wear no socks at all. Every possibility is played out. Your thoughts and your intentions play major roles in what comes into reality, and thus what will affect you in subsequent timelines. If you are predominantly thinking about bills, then bills are what you attract in your timeline. Thoughts are manifesting quicker than ever right now as the global awakening continues. We will continue to see a number of whistleblowers bringing out the truth, despite those in powers trying to suppress it. So we go back here. There was something that said at the beginning here. Where was it? It said that if when we cross over, and it talked about time is linear, only relevant to this planet, and talking about crossing over, it talked about crossing over to the other side of life, but also perhaps crossing over the ecliptic. There's a different order of time. That's what the understanding was that in December 21st, when we crossed the ecliptic, there was a different way in which we would be experiencing time. And the Mayan calendar addressed the idea of timelessness that we would be experiencing. And so I believe that all of the signs around us are saying that something has changed, and we either can focus on what that new change is, or we continue to focus on the old thing that is breaking apart and continue to watch it fall apart. And that's what's going on. The government, we can see what's happening. It's getting worse and worse. Again, I don't have to tell you that a politician lied today, because they've been lying for 40 years. It's just what they do. I don't have to tell you that the mainstream media is trying to deceive people today, because guess what? Again, 40 years they've been doing that. It just gets worse and worse. It's only going to get better when people stand up and realize that we have the power to change our vision of the future and create a beautiful planet. That's what we've been told over and over by the ascended masters, by the wise teachers, by the beings, by the channeled messages. It's the same message over and over. It's all up to us, what we create. And we start by understanding the fire, water, the air, and creating with our minds the ideas. So, here is a message today. This message comes to us from SaLuSa. Check this out.
SaLuSa by Mike Quincy.
February 7, 2014.
Progress is still being made to bring you release from the many conditions and restrictions that have been placed upon you by the Cabal. For the time being, it suits our purpose to let certain restrictions remain, allowing us to work towards completely releasing you from their control. With our ability to see what is taking place, we can keep one step ahead of the Cabal and restrict the degree to which they can impose themselves upon you. For example, in recent times many attempts have been made to start another world war. Each time we have blocked such attempts and will continue to do so. In fact, we acted recently so as to stop the commencement of intended hostilities that would have led to another world war. Be assured that there is no way it would be allowed, and such commitment by us is a guarantee of eventual world peace. Over a long period of time covering many years, we have been able to make you feel secure because of the presence of our ships. Now there are few people that are unaware of us and view us as a threat to humankind. It has been our intention to gradually gain your confidence and trust for many, many years, and overcome the image that has been projected to show us a threat to you. There is as a result so many of you who welcome the idea of contact with us, and accept our assurance that we come in peace. Indeed, we come as your brothers and sisters who have been linked with you through the ages, by a common interest in bringing mankind the truth. Hitherto the sources that you have trusted have manipulated it in their own interests, to keep you under their control. The saddest aspect is that you have been held back in your evolution and understanding of who you are. Now the circumstances are different as you are being lifted up by the incoming energies, that are continually increasing in vibration. You are absorbing more light and have an increasing ability to discern the truth. However, it also means that the gulf between you and those who refuse to contemplate it is growing wider. There is no need to be concerned about them, as all souls will eventually arrive at the truth in the ever-ongoing journey that all souls make. Indeed, you are now urged to follow your own path, so as to be fully prepared for the enlightenment that is coming. As ever, be discerning but also open to new information, as the revelations to come will open your eyes to much that has deliberately withheld from you. The weather in many parts of the world is causing extremes to be experienced, and this is a prelude to more settled times. In the future, all people will experience more changes that will settle into a more moderate weather pattern without the extremes you are experiencing now. This all takes place because of the higher vibrations, and eventually nothing will remain of the lower ones. There is much to look forward to, and perhaps the most welcome aspect will be the cessation of war and warlike preparations. You will no doubt realize that a vast sum of money is invested in war, and the search for new and more terrifying weapons. Dear ones, do not worry, there will be a time coming when there will be an end to everything connected with wars. Defensive needs are another consideration, and we have the galactic forces who will keep law and order. The times you are currently experiencing will begin to calm down, and you may have noticed that there is a new impetus for countries to seek peace. It is a struggle as the Dark Ones try to hold on to their power, but it will be to no avail as the vibrations continue to lift up. You will find that there will be a new mood amongst those who are in the armed forces, as the futility of war is realized. Mankind is changing his outlook and peace is being sought after millennia of destruction and loss of life. Buildings can be rebuilt, but the loss of a soul's life has such repercussions on all of those connected with it. It has taken man a long time to come to this realization, and the future looks bright as peace on earth becomes the new goal. Some ask why they are incarnate at such a time, feeling that they have no particular purpose. However, no soul is here without reason, and whatever it may mean to the individual, all have something to learn or contribute. You are beings capable of immense love and have a capacity for unconditional love of all souls. Once you have reached such a stage, you are truly a higher soul who understands the oneness of all life, and that you are all one. I am SaLuSa from Sirius and pleased once again to be able to address you. You are now opening up to the truth and capable of understanding it, and more importantly applying to your everyday experiences. For some these end times are hectic and very trying, but it is the final clearing of karma accumulated over many lives. Be assured that you would not be in such a position unless you were capable of handling it. So accept your experiences with good heart, as they are your final tribulations in this dimension.
Thank you, SaLuSa.
Okay, so you see a little bit of synchronicity in what is being said here about, about bad things going on, the cabal, but there was someone to stop them. So whether it's here or the Space Brothers out there, good things happen. We just keep focusing on the good. There's good guys out there. Good guys out there. We don't always hear about them. We don't always hear about all the bad things that are thwarted. But that means there was success. We don't necessarily. Remember in what was the movie Men in Black? They said every day someone's trying to destroy the world. You don't hear about it. You only hear about it when it's successful. If it's not, people can be out there. They can stop these things, and that's what I believe goes on. There's enough good people on this planet to stop all the bad things. We just have to keep growing in number and keep believing more. All right, today's meditation, today's affirmation: the future is good. I look towards it with hope and happiness. The future is good. I look towards it with hope and happiness. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Take another deep breath. Exhale again and think the words to yourself: the future is good. I look towards it with hope and happiness. And imagine that future that you look forward to. Imagine in your mind's eye where you see yourself in that future moment. What that future moment looks like. What it feels like. What it smells like. And imagine that future moment and know that that is a reality, a possibility that we all can create for ourselves simply by believing. Let's imagine a future moment on this planet of peace, where everyone on the planet is acting peacefully. Let's imagine a future moment where all of the hatred and discord is removed and we see people getting along. Doesn't matter the nationality, the race, the religion, all people getting along as inhabitants of the planet. Let's imagine around the world for a moment all of the lawmakers and the bad laws that they are putting out into the world that are hurting people. And let's imagine all of those bad laws and just imagine them on a big pile. And let's imagine sending energy to that pile of bad laws, changing them into good. And let's imagine sending love to all of those politicians around the world who did those things, so their consciousness understands the error of their ways. Let's have compassion for all of the leaders around the planet, understanding they must have a challenging job, and that they must certainly be dealing with temptations on a daily basis. So let's send them strength to be able to stand up against the temptations, and the corruptions, to understand their place as caretakers of the governments of the world. Let's imagine everyone around the planet out enjoying life, living peacefully, and let's just send love out into the world that reaches each and every one. And let's just go through the day thinking about love as we meet others, sending out love, and just allowing that to be enough. So let our subconscious mind continue on the journey of sending out love, and let our conscious mind come back to the present moment on the count of 3. 3, coming back to the present moment filled with confidence. 2, coming back to the present moment filled with faith. And 1, coming back to the present moment happy, healthy, and whole. Happy, healthy, and whole. Take another deep breath. Exhale. And open your eyes. That's it, my friends. That's the show for today. Thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate it. Have an awesome day. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and information. That's it. Talk to you soon. Peace. Love and light to each one of you. I'm out of here.